Hi, everybody. I hope you're all well. My absence yesterday was due to the fact that our little town went completely dark for more than 12 hours. No one knows as yet exactly what happened. Some says that there was a transformer that blew up, and others told us that a power line went down. But never mind, it has been restored, and we're just carrying on with our lives with the normal load shedding today. It is strange how things happen and fall into place. I have been collecting those clips I was telling you about and was busy putting them into a video one by one with the intention of recording narration between each clip. And then Meghan's podcast with Paris Hilton happened, and I could just laugh because it fits so perfectly with what I was going to say and point out to you. So now we are going to do both at the same time, and I'm going to utilize at least one of those clips and a couple of the photographs I collected. So, how is that for a bit of luck? The topic of the podcast was the stereotype of the blonde bimbo. Why Meghan chose to speak about the blonde bimbo is absolutely beyond me, because anyone can be called a bimbo, whether they have black, brown, blonde, or red hair. I mean, imagine calling Dr. Jill Biden a bimbo, or classifying Meghan's hero Hillary Clinton as a bimbo, or Meryl Streep or Ellen DeGeneres. So I think that proves my point that bimbos are not necessarily blondes. Never mind. Once again, it appears that Meghan has no true understanding of her subject matter and goes for the cliches and not the actual stereotype, and even less the actual archetype, because once again, she obviously does not fully understand the meaning of the subjects she is talking about. So maybe we should start calling Meghan Airhead Markle. But in my opinion, she purposefully chose the blonde bimbo cliche so that she could separate and distance herself from the term. However, and unfortunately for her, she only manages to do the opposite. And once again, she also proves that she is not ever going to win the prize as Interviewer of the Year. Gosh, I don't even know for exactly how long she talked and talked and talked about her favorite subject, namely herself, before she actually introduces her guest, Paris Hilton. Anyway, for people like us, you and me, who had been following Rachel Insane for the past few years, we immediately recognize her posturing and her fakeness and the subtle or not so subtle lies. Meghan launches into her time on the set of Deal or No Deal and how it made her feel being judged by her looks instead of her brain, by having to use spray tan and padded boobies. In this introduction, Megan makes sure that everyone knows that she went to Northwestern and as an intern to Argentina, and that she is now a mom of two toddlers under 4 and not a bimbo at all. Oh, no, 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 not Megsy Daisy or Rachel Insane, ever. But you see, poor Megan does not realize that Tom Bowers' book actually provides us with the perfect research catalogue of Megsy's life. And just by referencing the book, one can also create a verbal picture and video montage of this amazing social climbing, grifting bimbo. Oops, oops, sorry, I mean woman. But before I go on to explain, just an interesting tidbit. I see some of the other girls who had been on Deal or No Deal had come out and criticized Meghan by saying that, yes, looks were part of the show, but that they were treated with the utmost respect at all times. I see that one even came out and suggested that the reason why Meghan's time on Deal or No Deal was so short was because Howie Mandel's wife did not like her, and that she even tried to flirt with him or get close to him on a few occasions. And according to this woman, Howie is or was the epitome of being a gentleman and would have none of it. I actually remember Howie Mandel being asked about Meghan and that he said he actually could not remember her and only realized she was on Deal or No Deal once it was rehashed in the media. However, I also found an article where he was asked about Meghan and he said he found her duchessy. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to work. Okay, so Megan says she did not like to be judged by her looks instead of her brain, and therefore she left Deal or No Deal. That is so sad and does not in any way correspond with what she did after Deal or No Deal. And I would like to know from her if she classified herself a wannabe bimbo on Deal or No Deal, then what did she classify herself as when she appeared like this after Deal or No Deal? So watch this clip and you tell me. Now, this is how Rachel in Zane Mexi Daisy presented herself right up to the day she married hapless Harry. Even if you did not know her or know about her, how would you have classified her? Bimbo, slut, cheap, or would you have classified her as mature and classy based on these clips and pictures I'm showing you? I think not. This is not how Meghan was forced to present herself. This is how she presented herself, not only in the work she accepted, but whenever she stepped out anywhere. If you had asked me 10 years ago, 7 years ago, to classify her judging only by her appearance and mannerisms and by the material she put out herself on the TIG and on her Instagram page, photographs you can now see here, one after the other, I would, at best, have classified her as a bimbo, and that is me being kind. Meghan tries so hard lately to portray herself as this nerdy, shy loner, and in this podcast, she actually uses the word nerd when she says to Paris that she was jealous about Paris because Paris was out there building her brand, having the time of her life, and she herself was this big nerd being seen as an academic, always studying, blah, blah, bloody, blah. Okay, Only God and Rachel Insane knows when or how she or anyone else can classify or could classify her as a nerd, particularly because nerds actually do things and don't have to lie about it. Oh, and doesn't Megzi love to brag about her time in Argentina at the US Embassy? Pity no one has the guts to confront her with the truth, namely that her uncle arranged for the internship and her father paid for it, and that she was there for only a month or 6 weeks at the most because she failed her intern paper. And no, Meghan does not have a BA degree with two majors, namely theatre and international relations, as theatre and international relations are two different fields of study, and Northwestern have confirmed to me, to Paula M., and to many others that the two had never gone together in one package. Not then, not now, and likely never will. To obtain those two majors, one would have had to return to university after completing the one to do the other, a process which could take up to 6 years. And we all know, and we can prove it, and we have the receipts, that Meghan did not spend 6 years at university. Now, can she speak French, Spanish, and Portuguese? No, she can speak a little Spanish, but her French is the equivalent of the number of words most of us will know, and which we picked up from books and movies and so forth. As for Portuguese, so far nobody has heard her speak Portuguese. Not ever. Knowing a few words in any language does not mean you can speak the language. I know words in Zulu and Xhosa, German, French, Spanish, even Japanese. But does it mean I can speak those languages? No, of course not. I speak English and Afrikaans and know Zulu and German enough to be able to ask for the basic things, pick up and understand a basic conversation, and read basic words. But you don't see me running around telling the world I can speak German or Zulu. And then I bet you I know more German and Zulu than Megan knows French or Portuguese. Anyway, as always, I digress. The definition of the word bimbo is an attractive but stupid young woman, a foolish or inept person. And of course, with the definition comes a certain look and behavior. Meghan Markle now tries to blame shows like Deal or No Deal for sexualizing women, for making them appear like bimbos or sex objects. But she is failing miserably to place the blame elsewhere where she is concerned. Because here, once again, on the screen, running while I was talking to you, is a montage of photographs Megan posted of herself on the TIG and on her own Instagram page. Nobody told her to look or act a certain way when she posted on her own blog and Instagram page. This is how she portrayed herself, and nobody forced her or expected her to take on some of those racy shoots for GQ magazine and Men's Health magazine. She did it She accepted it and she loved it. Nobody forced her to take on those 30-second appearances as sexy girl number one. Her greed and her need for fame turned Meghan Markle into the ultimate bimbo. And she has a cheek to even attempt to bring up Paris Hilton's younger and earlier persona while attempting to cover up her own. Okay, guys, this was a lightweight video. I will bring you some more serious stuff as soon as I can. So until then, please take good care of yourselves. Bye.